Okay, welcome back to From the Source podcast. This is episode 16, and we're going to be talking today about managing your time effectively. I think in people's lives, whoever you are listening to this, you'll have probably a big, long to-do list of things that you need to do. And if you're like me, not enough time to do them all. So if we dive in, let's discuss what are you balancing? So in your life, how many things are you balancing? Like what are you balancing your time with?
Fitness/training, count that as one. Family, friends, work, free time, hobbies, are they the same?
They're like your top level.
Yeah.
Because then you've got your
it.
top level stuff, haven't you? You've got like a pyramid, I guess, or just layers. You've got like, these are your essential stuff. And then under that, you've got like meals, driving, like all the other stuff as well.
Traveling,
which combine to then add up to big amounts of time. And then you've got to try and like manage all of that, which is hard.
Unless you, well, I like to, I plan stuff anyway.
Yeah, you're organised.
I have it like on a recurring tab or whatever you call it on a calendar. Each month or each week, I plan the upcoming week. That's what it says. And
so what's on your calendar? Like everything.
Yeah, I would say so. Like to say that day I've got to return an ASOS parcel. That's on there to remind myself, and I do it to like the actual like time slot that I will get to do that on.
Like time blocking.
Yeah, so 9 till 10 ASOS, like the podcast, like 7:30 till 9 podcast, and I will meticulously like change that time. Because if I go out for tea and I'm out at 7:30 for tea, like I have for us, and if it gets to like 9 o'clock and we're still out, I'll change it.
Yeah.
Whilst I'm still out to like 10. Yeah. Just so I know when I look back that we're out longer.
Yeah.
Not that I'm telling anyone.
That's good though. Do you think that really helps like manage your day, your time, your evenings?
Yeah, doing the weekly thing on a Sunday, when I plan the week and stuff, and I'll put like the tasks that I want to do that week and stuff, it does help. Because then if someone randomly wants to do something on a Wednesday night, I know, just check my calendar, I'm not doing anything. Like some people sit there and be like, I don't know, I might be doing something. Are we?
Yeah, do you know what? So I'm half like you and half of me's like prepared, organised. I've got it in my calendar, Google Calendar. And then the other half of me is I don't need to put that in my calendar, and then I forget to do it, or I forget that I should be doing it, and then I end up saying yes to people, yes to events, when really, if I was organised, I should have said no, and then I've got to break the news later on and say, actually, I said I could on Tuesday. Well, I can't.
Yeah, letting people down.
Yeah, and I hate that.
Yeah, it bugs the life out of me.
Yeah. So maybe I should be more organised. I think most of the stuff's in my calendar, but I do have times where I think, right, I should structure this in, but I don't need to. Please.
Yeah.
Please, if you heard that.
Police come to get you because you shit at time. Yeah, I have to put it in to know what I'm doing and where I'm going.
So have you always been like that?
Probably not all, like, when do you mean not always, like, since I was an adult?
Yeah, have you always been organised?
I'd probably say since uni. I would say when stuff actually gets more chaotic in your life and you've got to plan stuff. Because when you're a kid, you don't really, you just go wherever your parents tell you to go. But once I turned an adult, I was like, I have to. It's probably my mum and dad might say it's got worse, but I think in my eyes it's like better. I'm better at knowing what I'm doing.
Yeah, but you like me do a lot of stuff. So I have all my calendar structured for my job and for my like business, and And then everything else, like my gym and stuff like that, I don't really put in. But if you're doing a lot of stuff, you kind of need that structure, because otherwise your brain is just like overwhelmed with.
I put the gym in.
Yeah.
I put what days I run in.
Yeah.
That's all like coloured.
Yeah, you're proper organised, aren't you?
I'll show you.
So is it? Whoa.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good
So
for
it's coloured.
for anyone that can't see. If you're listening, Sam's got like, it's like Tetris. So it's just like so many colour blocks. On different days, there's like 5, or some days there's 1.
There's red. There's like lilac. There's purple. There's yellow. There's green. There's blue. So blue's like personal. Then like the purple's like the pet me stuff and all that lot. The green's the podcast. Some of it's like bank holidays. Other things I want to do.
That's cool.
So I have
that
it all.
I think that's half personality and half being busy. So you have to do that.
Yeah.
Because I'm not that far like involved with scheduling. I've just got same coloured calendar. These are my priority stuff. Everything else I'll remember. But I don't.
So everything's under the same colour?
Yeah.
Right.
So all my students that I'm tutoring is all blue. If I need to put anything else in, like I've got a meeting, it's in blue.
Well, then how do you know?
I just read it.
Because like I'm so weird saying it now out loud, but because I only just do it on my own, no one's watching me. But like the start of the month, I'll look at like what the whole month looks like, and you can just pick out the colours straight away.
Yeah.
So you know, like on a Saturday, I'm going to be actually quite busy because I've got like 3 things on.
Well, I think that says a lot about your personality, like how organised you are and how you're really crucial on like, you've got a good eye for design. You've got a good eye for like tiny tweaks, you know. With the podcast, you're always like, right, we could try this, and this might look a little bit better. So then when you're looking at your calendar, you probably want to see it and visually.
Yeah, more visual, yeah. Because I could be in a meeting and obviously everyone's talking and no one's writing anything down. At the end of the meeting, everyone's like, right, what are the actions? And they'll say it out loud. And I'm like, no, you're going to have to like email me or just wait a minute whilst I write it down.
Yeah, has anyone got a blue?
Yeah, blue, yeah.
I need a green.
Yeah, I'm twitching. Yeah.
No, that's like my personality. When I was a kid, I was really unorganised. I used to forget all my stuff for school, you know, pencil cases and stuff. I used to forget it was food tech, and then I'd be banging on my mum's room like at 1 a.m. Have you got any stuff for lasagna? But then, like now, I'm quite organised with my essential stuff, but then other things I think, right, I'll just wing that. But it doesn't always work in my favour. So I actually should probably be more like you in that retrospect, because
it doesn't take, once you get into like the routine, it doesn't take that long like to do. Like if you just, like I do it on a Sunday, like I said, it doesn't take that long. It's like an hour.
Yeah, it's like admin, but it's for your life.
Yeah, for yourself. Yeah,
it's important.
Yeah, so I'll write it, everything I want to do out on a post-it note or a bit of paper, and then physically put it into the calendar. But most of those, well, some of those are set up like recurring every week or whatever, and I just change it around from then. Especially like the running's in yellow, so it's 4 days a week. But they don't have to be on a Sunday. So it always reminds me, right, you've got 4 days this week, and I just shift it to a Saturday or whenever we're doing it.
So I bet it's mad when you hear like someone just doesn't have a calendar and they just wing life.
Weird, yeah. Even not like a paper diary or something, just something.
Yeah. But then maybe those people don't do much.
Yeah.
So they don't need to, you know.
All the very good at remembering stuff like actually in the head, but there comes a time where you'll just struggle to do that, surely.
If you're busy, you're busy, and like you need reminders.
Yeah, you can't not. Like it's quite nice sometimes just getting up and go, right, I go there at 9, there, day's done. I know what I'm doing. But
and does your work day job fit into that as well?
Yeah. So it's all tweaked. So like my work calendar is on Outlook. That's what they use, but it's just the same, like color coded, and it's all around.
Yeah.
It'll say like private, which fits into my actual personal phone calendar and stuff, so it all works out.
That's good.
I know where I am, so I'm more like 90% confident that if I check my Google Calendar and I said to someone, yeah, I can do it, I can, because if it's not anywhere, then no one said anything to me.
Yeah. That's interesting.
It's rare that I'll miss. I mean, obviously I've missed stuff, but it's rare that I'll miss that I'm doing something.
Why do you think, are your family like that?
And my mum's like meticulous.
Is she?
Yeah. It's like, I think that's definitely where it's come from. Because talking about like managing stuff and managing your time, I then like in a way micromanage it down to like say the tasks that I want to do for that day or that week is all written out. Then it's coded like 1, 2, or 3
for importance.
So 1 is like severe, it needs doing. So I do 1, 2, 3, and then I do like, well, it's sometimes like asterisk or like the star or whatever you want to call it. So 1, 2, 3 based on priority and how time consuming that is. So if it's 3, it means it's going to take the most time, and if it's a 3 and a 1, it's severe and it's going to take the most time. And then I do all the severe ones
red
first.
Are they red?
So everything's written out like in black, and then all the time and the numbers are written out in red. Yeah,
that's good when you need a lot of things ticking off.
Yeah. So then once you, in my head, you do the severe ones that are high priority first, and then that's like your big win of the day.
Yeah.
So then, if you don't manage to finish all those tasks for the day, at least you've done the most.
Yes. So let's say like you've structured your thing on a Sunday, and then by Tuesday you've got a couple of things that you've not been able to do. Will you then on Tuesday like reprogram the rest of the week?
Yeah, so if I've done them like too quick, well, not too quick, but like I've done them quicker than I thought I would, then more than likely by Tuesday, Wednesday, you might have a few more tasks. You add them to the list, then I rub out all the 1s and the stars and reprioritize it. Then go again.
I've got, that meme when it's Alan from The Hangover, and all them things are popping up. It's like you on a Thursday morning waking up.
Yeah, but that's what I do.
That's
so if you looked at my work notepads, I can write a task for the week, and then you flip over the page, I've rewrote the entire task list again, but with new ones added to it. So I'll write it out again. I won't just scribble it out and add it over.
So you're listening to that, you're like a real visual person, aren't you? You want to see it, you want to plan, and I think I'm not that. I'd say I'm probably more like the other way, where I'm a bit more laid back as, oh, it'll be fine. I think I only schedule and program and like do stuff like that for when things are stressing me out. So like my job can be quite stressful, so I have to get a schedule. But then all the other stuff, I'm like, oh, I'll just do that. But that's really good, I think, that you do that.
It's both sides though, because if I had lived in your world, that would stress me out.
Yeah, and you need to do what's best for you.
I'd have to know how much time it's going to take. Because I can near enough, well, I can anyway, I can near enough work it out how long it's going to take. And
so, when you're going to something, do you hate being late? Or do you not mind being late?
I don't mind. I don't obviously want to be late for things. I'd rather be early. But if I'm late, I'm fine about it because I've already prepped before it.
Right.
So I've either read about what I need to do, research about what I need to do, printed out what I need, whatever it is. So I just rock up and I already can pick up the conversation when I start because I already know something about it.
Right. I was just thinking about, one of my biggest things I think that stresses me out is being late for something. If I'm with my family or whatever and friends and we're organising something and I'm not on time, I get like proper like, oh my God, like, I'm going to be late. And I don't know why, but I think it's weird that then I'm quite chilled out about stuff like, oh yeah, well, I should be there around 10 or I'll do that tomorrow, But then I don't always tick these things off. I think it's a weird thing. Like I hate being late for stuff. and I always want to be on time to a schedule. But then I'm also like, I don't always have a schedule. You know, like, for example, when we do a workout, let's say like you were like, all right, Thursday, should we go for a run? I'll be like, yeah, Thursday. What time? 6. All right, no problem. I've not written it anywhere.
I know. I know. Because you'll message me like, what time are we running or what are we doing? And I'm like, is it today? And I'm like, yeah. Yeah.
Or like, yes, and it's a number 1 and it's a number 3.
Yeah, it's very severe today, this. It was a high priority.
It's funny though, different people, like different personalities, you know, like you could be so different. Some people, you know, like we're probably meeting in the middle. Like I have a schedule, you have a schedule, you live by your schedule, I use my schedule quite often, but not all the time. Some people just don't do any of that.
Yeah. Or I was just thinking the other end is that they are completely like fixated by the schedule. Like if you're asking what time we're doing stuff and stuff, I'm not like pissed off being like, oh, like, you should be in your calendar, you know, because I do it, you should do it as well. That's not how I think. Obviously, everyone's different, but there is other people that I've known that are just like completely freaking
it's
out.
got
You
to
don't
happen.
know. Like, I texted you last week about it. Why do you not remember? Is it not in your calendar?
Yeah.
It's like, well, no, sorry.
Yeah, and you have to see things from like what you just said. Each person does their own thing.
Yeah.
And some people, you know, some people are really unorganized. They don't have a calendar. They don't know how to keep a schedule. They just live life as like, well, I'm just living my life, you know.
Complete free bird.
Yeah. Which I couldn't really do, I don't think.
I don't know how you get things done in terms of like, obviously mine seems a bit more extreme in terms of like a task list and what you're doing for the week, but surely you'd have to have something to work towards. Like what?
Yeah, you need.
Like what's your goal or your plan for the month? Like, or is it just July again and you just, I don't know, going on holiday because I always do, and that's your plan?
Yeah.
You'd have to have. I feel like you'd have to have something.
Well, I guess it's a very similar conversation that I think we've had before about some people want to do something with their life and build something or create something or, you know, start something. And then other people just really don't want to do that. So you've got a calendar because you're busy doing things, whether it's fitness and keeping healthy or whether it's business related or work related or podcast related. You're busy doing stuff. So am I. And then Bob, who, you know, doesn't do anything, doesn't need a schedule because once he's finished work at 5 o'clock, he's going to go and watch Netflix all night and get a pizza.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know if I definitely do struggle to, like, say on Sunday, I had a few hours spare. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't nap. It's a nice day. I'm not just going to sit inside watching telly. I was like, what am I going to do? I sat there and I was like, I'm going to go practice flying the drone for a bit.
Yeah.
So I just sat at Fairhaven and just flew the drone for a bit.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that's I've maybe learnt a little bit more about flying the drone. That's an hour or so done.
So
Cool.
You chose to do something that wasn't just really for enjoyment, even though you probably enjoyed it. It was like, I'm going to get better at flying the drone so that when we do footage and content,
it's just a little bit better.
Yeah, see?
It's just, and that, if it was raining, I'd maybe trying to find a different way to like tweak the podcast, or I don't know. I've researched like better keywords or whatever. I'd have watched something or done something.
So when you're just chilling, what would you do then? Like, would you watch Netflix?
We sometimes watch Netflix. I don't watch it a lot, honestly. I just watch like the sport.
Yeah.
I'll see what sport's on. And then I'm either on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, like looking at what other people are doing.
For a purpose.
For something, yeah. So, for example, the drone stuff we've been doing is because I've seen a few people doing different things with drones. So it's like, oh, well, we'll try that 'cause, well, I've got a drone.
Yeah.
I know it's TikTok or...
I think that is
it's just interesting.
It's very different to a lot of people, how a lot of people live. You know, I'm very similar to you. I think I'm always doing something for a reason, and there's not a lot of the time that I'm just completely chilling. And if I am, which I will do, obviously, it's just not. It's not every day, and it's not all day. You know, I think
No.
some people live the whole life like that, which is fine. They'd argue that we're wrong because you're gonna die one day, and like, why are you wasting all this time? But I think they find enjoyment doing nothing or watching something, just watching a movie. You find enjoyment in the learning process, don't you?
Yeah, because I feel like I just have more of a fascinating brain to it. Like if I could watch a film and then I'd maybe research a bit or read a bit about what that film was for, and then I could just go down a rabbit hole of like, I wonder how they filmed that, and then I'm looking at like cameras,
Yeah.
like new big cameras that we're never gonna use.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, they're cool. And then comparing, honestly, this search history is so weird.
Yeah. And one search ends up with a different search because
Yeah.
you found something else.
Yeah, then I'll look at, like I was looking at, I was flying the drone in like FPV mode that I was talking about, which is like the tilty one. But then the drone that I've got is not like a proper FPV drone. So now I was looking at actual FPV drones, and then I was comparing different brands and how quick they were, and then different remote controllers and how
And then 3 hours later.
Yeah. But it's 3 hours later, and it's not, in my eyes anyway, it's not 3 hours wasted because I've learned. I could then go have a conversation with someone who flies drones and feel slightly confident that I know what he's on about because I have some understanding.
Yeah.
And that's just, I think I'm just interested in the topics.
Yeah, you're interested in the stuff, but you're interested in the building, the project.
Yeah. I've not wanted to, I don't think I've ever wanted to sit in a conversation in my life so far and feel like I'm the odd one out.
Yeah.
I don't want to know something about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate that when people are talking about something and you're just like, I don't know what you're on about.
Yeah. And it's quite nice sometimes when the people in the conversation think you don't know anything and then they start talking. You're like, oh no, like, you don't have to cut me out. I know what you're about.
Yeah.
I know what that is.
Yeah.
They're like, how? And it's, it's, yeah, I want to read more, but, and this is not against anyone who reads, because I obviously want to read, but obviously books never get updated unless you buy a newer version. So I read on the internet.
Yeah.
Which is constantly changing.
Yeah. And it's like you're reading the most recent research, and then books are good because I guess the good thing about them is that you're reading something from someone's perspective and it's not been updated. But like some books, like non-fiction books, learning books, you're kind of reading it from someone's eyes that has studied it or an expert in it. And you're right, it can be outdated, but then sometimes it's quite cool. Like I'm thinking about like philosophical books, someone's perspective on life, and you're reading it, and it might give you a new perspective. But then, obviously, on the internet, you might get like a twisted version of it.
Yeah,
There's pros and cons, isn't there?
Yeah, and I like the idea of reading a book just to switch off from the world, because it's so. You've only got to read one article on the internet, and you could end up reading 10 more that are down a rabbit hole. Whereas a book is just, there's nowhere else to go.
Yeah, that's cool.
You do switch off from it,
and you completely like just easy living. Like there's no technology, there's no buzzing, there's no beeping, there's no light. It's just like you and a book. I quite like that.
Yeah, because if reading a book on your phone and someone texts you, you click the notification.
And then you're off.
Then you're off. And then you reply, you go back onto the book. They reply, you go off the book.
Yeah.
And you're never reading then.
Yeah.
Because your brain's automatically
You're not in the flow, are you?
Yeah, I wonder what they're going to text back. And you're just out of it.
Yeah. I think I'm probably, I do love books because I actually like collecting books. Like some people are like, oh God, I got this book, it's so good. Here, read it. I'm like, nah, it's it's my book. You know, like I want it in my bookshelf, you know, to look at stuff. And sometimes if I'm going through something in my life, like something pops up and I start thinking about something and it reminds me of the book, I'll go and read a few pages of it again to like refresh, you know.
I'll remind myself not to ask you for a book.
Yeah, mate, honestly. Whenever I've lent books, I'm like, have you finished that book? And I want it back.
There's a space on my shelf that's...
And some people are like, oh, I've lent it to someone else.
Yeah.
You're like, no.
Yeah.
It was £8.
Yeah. And it's not your book.
Yeah.
Like,
and I gave you that.
Imagine it said, can I borrow your car keys? Just take something to tip. Yeah, sure. Anyway, where's my car? I've just lent it. Some guy said he wanted it as well, so it's just
I hate that.
Roundabout somewhere. I don't know.
It's a bit selfish, but I want the book to remind me of the book, you know.
But you like your thing. You like your own things, don't you?
Yeah,
it's yours. You've bought it. You've worked for it. Whatever you want to call it.
Speaking of books, have you ever read anything like practical about managing your time? The one I read about, which was really interesting the first time I heard about it, was time blocking, and about don't write a to-do list, write the exact time that you're going to start the thing and how long it's going to last for, and then block out your whole day in time blocks. So 9 till 10 I'm doing this, 10 till 10:30 I'm going to go here. I read that and I was like, whoa, that's cool, because everyone just writes a to-do list and ticks them off and never completes it. Whereas this is saying, here's my to-do list, here's when I'm going to do it. Thought that was quite cool.
Yeah, I've heard that, but I've seen people talk about that on videos. I don't block out the actual specific time. I'll just put like task list, like 9 till 12.
Yeah.
And then I know it refers to the list that I've got wrote down or something. So I'll just plow through that then. Similar thing, really. Yeah, I've never really wrote down the actual tasks.
Have you heard any other, or read any other?
The other one that came to mind then was like the what's that? Atomic Habits.
Oh yeah, the book.
Yeah, I've read that. Yeah.
Thought you hated books.
I've read the books. Yeah, no, I've read the books. It's just not something that's literally been a habit. Like I read that book and it's not something I constantly do. I was thinking about before bed tonight actually reading my book that's on my iPad. That's what I like to do, is read more on my iPad.
You're quite into technology though, so it makes sense.
Yeah, I've never gone down the Kindle route though. My dad's got a Kindles. It's just not something I would.
Yeah, the Kindle's weird, isn't it? It's like the pages do look like a book.
Yeah, but it's just a weird screen.
And when the sun shines on it, it doesn't go like dim. It's like a book, isn't it?
Yeah,
it stays as it is.
Yeah, but I've thought about getting a Kindle, but I just thought I'm going to spend money on something I won't really use.
Yeah,
I know I'm more of a.
If you've got an iPad,
yeah,
you don't really need.
Yeah, I'm more of an intermittent reader, so I don't want to spend that money on something I'm not going to use constantly. But I like reading on the iPad. But I just put my iPad on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah, that's a good way around it.
Get any messages.
Yeah. So would you plan in like your day-to-day schedule, read? Or would you just think, all right, I'm going to read?
I just think about that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think that would come more of, if I wanted to set like more of a habit, I think, because if I put like read every night and I didn't do it, it would annoy me that I'm not doing it.
Yeah, you want to tick it off. Yeah. Well, you want to like check it off. Yeah.
Because you can't like go, oh, well, I'll just read tomorrow, because you had tomorrow to read anyway.
Yeah.
So you can't, are you going to double read?
Yeah.
So then I'd start like deleting them out, and that'd be annoying.
Yeah. You're like telling your boss, I can't get into work today.
I'm reading.
I've missed the reading for the last week, so I'm just going to have a day of reading.
Yeah. Yeah, they tell us to read at work.
Do you know what, though? All them little things, like read, if you want to read, make a cake, or like put the washing out, I think them little things all add up to be a lot of time. When I think about my day, I'm like, right, I've got all these things to do, but none of them are like, put a wash on. I don't know. Go shopping, go shopping, hoover up. But like, the little things like fill the car up, you've got to go and collect something from somewhere. I think I miss out them on my schedule, and then I'm like, God, I've actually spent like 3 hours today doing little things. And then when you think there's not enough hours in the day to do all my stuff, it's because you've spent time doing the little jobs that you thought were.
Because you can get a few of those jobs done all at one time.
Yeah,
you can put the washer on, hoover, and cook all at the same time.
Yeah.
So you can bang them all out. That's 3 just gone straight out the list.
Yeah. Beth does that really.
Yeah, so you can get rid of them.
Yeah.
That's that done.
I think so. Do you know what I think it is, right? In our lives now, I am like a prime example of it. You start something, and 2 minutes later, you're just gonna check your phone, like a quick check, nothing major, just like, oh, I wonder if someone's texted me.
Mm.
You swipe it up, and then before you know it, 10 minutes is gone. Then you put it away again, and then you start carrying on with whatever you're doing. I do it at work. I'm like, right, I need to do this for work. Just get my laptop, right, start typing. I'll just have a quick check. Check Instagram, 10 minutes have gone by. Oh, God, I said I was going to do that. And you just kind of like repeat that pattern.
Yeah, you have to be really strict with yourself nowadays. Us as humans, we're very fixated on our phones.
Yeah, you constantly like, where's my phone?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I know, was it last week we talked about the toilet and stuff? I'm so bad for that on the toilet.
Yeah.
I can't just go to the toilet and just not sit on my phone or think.
It's like,
about.
It is really bad. I think the only time I'm not on my phone is when I'm driving. And even
Obviously.
then, my phone's in my window shield holder. So if someone like rings me, or I want to change a song, I can actually just click it.
Yeah.
So I'm not actually not on it either. The rest of the day, in the shower, I don't have my phone, and then apart from that, I've always got my phone on me. The only other time I don't is in a workout. I don't have my phone on me; it's on the side.
Yeah, be good. You'd do well to have your phone at work.
Yeah, but then that's why I love working out as well, because you get that. You're not thinking about anything else in that moment. So, yeah, it is pretty bad. I think.
Then sometimes I like doing a workout and you've not touched your phone for like an hour, and then you touch it and you're like, oh wow, got loads of messages.
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah, or none.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
but I do think with people today, you try and start something and then you just quick check in, and even if you do actually quick check, I'll start doing something and just have a quick check, swipe up any notifications. No, okay, back in my pocket. I mean, 20 seconds, but it's 20 seconds away from my work.
Yeah, that's why Apple released that. Do not disturb. Then it was like work tab.
Yeah.
So you can just switch it off.
There used to be this study thing that some of my uni friends had, where when they wanted to revise or do some coursework, there was an app that you could lock your phone, and then you wouldn't be able to open it unless. And then I was like, all right, so how do you get into it if you need it? And they were like, all right, you can just put the password in. But the app would not let you on your phone unless you did a 4-digit code, which you could just do. But I think they did it so that when they went to go on it, it was locked, and it reminded them, don't go on your phone,
Just put your password in wrong on your phone like 20 times. It'll lock for about 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And you actually can't get into that at all.
Yeah, people get withdrawal.
Yeah.
So do you know what? Everyone's addicted to the phone. Everyone in our generation is addicted to the phone.
Your life's on it. You think about those phones now, like proper iPhones, they're like computers, they're everything. You can do anything on there.
Yeah.
Absolutely anything. You get straight on the internet, call your mates, video something, anything.
And we're really when you leave the house without your phone, did you feel a bit of anxious?
Oh, shit myself. I'm like, where's my phone? Oh, I left it on the side, didn't I? Like, you instantly just like...
I always think, I feel anxious without my phone because I think, what if there's an emergency and someone needs me? Or what if do you know what I think when I don't have my phone? Like, I've been to Lidl before without my phone, like the supermarket, and I've thought, if I crash my car and get seriously injured, how will anybody know who I am? Like, how will he tell my family? Because I won't have my phone, and like.
But how would they tell your family if you had your phone?
Well, someone would ring and be like, and then they'd answer and say, "Yep, he's in hospital."
But when would they ring?
After like, if I said to Beth, "I'm just going to nip out," I think after like half an hour, she'd be like, "Where are you?"
She might not.
Hours go by, and she's like, "God, it's been
Thank
ages."
God, it's really peaceful. Oh yeah, I forgot. He said he was going to the shop.
Yeah, but honestly, I get so anxious without my phone, even when I don't need it. But then it's nice. All the best times in your life, aren't they just nice without your phone? Like, best things in my life. Whether you went on holiday and you went traveling and you just, in that moment, you didn't have your phone.
Yeah, I think if you go to like a restaurant or something and watch other people, they're missing out. They're not living in the now. Like everyone is just sat looking down at the phone.
Hate that.
Yeah.
Hate it when it's a couple and he's on his phone and she's on her phone.
Texting her mates and he's texting his mates saying, "I've just gone out for tea."
Or, yeah. And then when the food comes, they put the phone down and they just eat and they don't talk. It's just eating.
And then
Goes through me.
one of them pays and then they both leave, checking their phone.
Yeah. But she's posted a pic on Instagram, like,
yeah,
at the meal.
And he's shared it.
Yeah.
And gone,
he's flamed it.
Where's that? Oh, it's here. And
yeah.
then that's me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then one of them's got to drive home. Yeah.
You live through your phone. Some people live through the phone better than real life. Like scrolling through Instagram and TikTok and like, you see parents. I used to see when I was a teacher, parents come to the school gates, the kid runs over and they're on the phone and like the kid's hugging them and they're just like, right, come on. And they're just on the phone. Like, your kid's not going to be a kid for a long time. They're going to grow old. And
I guarantee in 10 years when that kid's a proper teenager and they're at the house, that parent will be like, well, you grew up fast.
Yeah.
You watch me through your phone.
Yeah. I spend a lot of time on my phone. I spend a lot of time on my phone for reasons, like for work, for making content. And then I do spend quite a lot of time just aimlessly scrolling. You do get a dopamine hit from it. It makes you feel good going on Instagram and like just looking at stuff and entertainment. But then do you not think it's like short term? Like, you go on Instagram, you could go on TikTok, right, and spend an hour on TikTok, and then you put your phone down and you're like, oh God, I feel like absolute shit.
Yeah. What a load of shit I just watched.
Like,
yeah.
Do you know what? I watched something today that was a prank TikTok account where people pretended to be bailiffs, and a family member would arrange these people to go round to pretend to be bailiffs.
Oh, I think I've seen them.
And they go and they're like, right, we're taking your car. And the people are like, no.
Yeah.
And it's just a prank. About 45 minutes today I spent on there. And it just popped up. Didn't go on it, just popped up on TikTok. I went on to like post a reel as well for us. And
Did you post it?
I don't even think I posted it because the first video was bloody prank bailiffs. I was like, and I put my phone down. I thought, what the fuck?
Just so you know, this is why our channel's not growing. Because I'm editing it and he's got one job and he's not doing it.
Brilliant, that.
But at least if those prank bailiffs are watching, you can come on the podcast.
Yeah, get them
I'll
on.
edit it, but we won't post it.
Yeah, get them on. They'll make us go viral.
But I probably will, yeah. You'll know how they are.
But honestly, it's hard, I think. It's not hard because when I don't want to go on my phone, I don't go on it. It's just them times I think it's hard now. You go on an app and you're just covered in utter crap that is enjoyable to watch.
Mm.
And then you don't get anything done.
I was thinking just before randomly about like, do you know when you go on holiday and you're on the plane, you've got no Wi-Fi, no signal. What are you doing? Like, you're itching.
Yeah.
The moment you land, everyone turns their phones back on. Airplane mode's off or whatever, and texts are coming in. Oh, thank God, that was 4 hours.
Yeah.
I had to just listen to music or download
It is
films.
like, I'm not a smoker, but when you see people gagging for a cig,
yeah,
or a vape, and they're like, oh, I just need it. It's like people with the phone. You just want to go on it. It's sad in a way.
Yeah.
Because what are you even looking at that's so important? I think if you're like me, you get a bit worried that there's going to be an emergency. But then, if there was an emergency, you'd know about it at some point.
Yeah, it's easy to let everyone know about an emergency, like a family WhatsApp, bang.
Yeah.
Everyone knows instantly.
It's just weird. But it does explain why a lot of people waste a lot of time. Hours can go by and you've just been scrolling on your phone.
Yeah.
Whereas, like 90% of the time, if I'm on my phone, I'm doing something content-wise. I'm either looking at something for ideas or inspo, or editing, or posting, or engaging, and then
apart from posting these videos,
apart from the bailiff thing,
yeah,
that's.
I'm so glad I plan and I work hard, so you can just withhold videos.
Oh mate, honestly,
I'm glad you told the world now.
Yeah,
it's fine.
The bailiff thing was weird though.
Yeah, I've seen them before.
I didn't really get why someone would pretend that you can't afford to pay your car bill.
It's funny you say that because I saw a bailiff one before about it was a fake prank that they told the guy they were gonna take his car, so he stood on top of that Mercedes. You seen that one?
Was it
bald guy?
No, was it a bailiff thing?
Yes, it was a fake bailiff thing. They pranked him, and then he got round and he said, "Right, well, if you're going to take my car, then I'm just going to destroy it so you can't sell it."
And he
went and got a sledgehammer and he smashed the hell out of the windows, the bonnet, everything.
And it was
they
just
were
a
both
prank.
watching, and he went, "Should we tell him?"
Oh,
and he completely destroyed his car.
That is ridiculous.
I mean, that's taking the prank to the next level. I mean, I'd step in it when he got the sledgehammer.
Yeah. I mean, who has a sledgehammer anyway?
Oh, no, but this guy destroyed his car.
The one today was just weird, but there is loads of weird things on social media. That's what gets you, That's what gets you hooked, because you watch something, you're like, what on earth is going on? And then before you know it, you're hooked.
But this is sometimes why, obviously, I'm going to talk about our social media first, but probably the same for others, that you seem to put so much effort into social media and you don't get the views that you want and you don't go viral because most humans are just interested in watching shite. Do you know what I mean? I guarantee most of the viral videos that you see, like, I saw one of a DJing cat. Honestly, this girl, she must have been like early 20s, played like an EDM house track and videoed her cat. She wasn't in it. A cat was just like snoozing with its eyes open. I don't know, its paws are like that, just lying on its feet. And she played it and the beat dropped and she nudged the cat from behind and the cat never stopped moving. It just kept going like that. But it was to the beat.
Yeah, but
970,000 likes on TikTok. And I was like, that's why we'll never go viral, because people would rather watch that shit.
Yeah, it is interesting what makes things do well on social media. When we put content out, like, we'll spend time editing, creating something that we think's really good, and you push it out and nobody cares, no one's arsed. Yet you put one video that takes you 10 seconds to edit, it's just a clip, and it's us talking about what you had for tea.
Yeah.
And it does really well.
Because that's why I sometimes think, the big people, like say Stephen Bartlett, and you think, God, he gets loads and loads of likes, but he's got millions of people following him that he's popping up and they're just liking it. They're not. So Stephen Bartlett's going viral, and it's not even anything. He's just getting likes because he's got loads of people. But then you'll get someone with 250 followers that'll get 1.5 million likes. They'll go viral, and like you said, it's just shite.
Yeah,
Stephen Bartlett's gonna go viral because he's got that team.
Yeah, I think we're in a different time now where all this like super editing and special effects and sound and music and everything doesn't hook people in anymore. What hooks people in is normal people doing either normal stuff or weird stuff.
Yeah.
So if you're a normal person on TikTok or Instagram and you start talking at the camera, but you're talking about nothing really, you probably end up going viral or doing really well. And then on the other side, if you're a normal person but you're being a bit weird or different or strange, that does really well.
Yeah.
But the big edits with all the music and like transitions, no one's arse now. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's only in the last year.
Yeah. It's completely changed. Like that, I don't know the name of the TikTokers, but it's a dad and a son, and they just do weird tasks against each other. Do you know they put like harmonicas in their mouth? You might have seen them.
Not seen it.
You put like harmonicas in the mouth. So obviously, when you breathe in and out, it makes a noise, doesn't it? So they'll shoot elastic at their back. So when you breathe in, they're hopping around and they're going like that
Right,
with
okay.
I'll have to send you the
And they're
video.
trying to not make any noise.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
just funny. So then they'll start shooting each other with a paintball gun, and they've not got to make a noise or they lose.
Yeah.
It's just shit. They've just put a tripod in the middle of the garden and just film it.
Yeah. See, you're getting that and I'm getting the bailiff thing.
Yeah, weird, but I'll probably get the bailiff now.
Yeah, you will.
Our phones listen to us.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone will.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully you get our videos on your phone.
It is weird. I think as well, the internet's so big, we forget that there is something content-wise for everyone. So whatever you're into, or maybe you're not into it, but you just enjoy watching it, it'll find you. You know, it gets to you. The algorithm's quite good. So when you watch something for like 5 seconds and it's a 7-second video, it'll show you more of that style.
I think that's why it's hard to get like this, like this channel out there and every other podcast and stuff like it, because there's so much crap out there that it's so hard for you to find all the good stuff.
Yeah, it is nowadays.
Because even like people that we know as friends probably don't even know about the podcast because they go on Instagram and they just miss it all the time.
Yeah,
because you could just get to us on Instagram when you're scrolling and then close the app, and then when you load it back up again, we're not there. We were going to be number 10, but now it's refreshed and we're actually now number 20 and it's new stuff again.
Yeah. Do you know what's crazy? This is a bit visual for you. You'll like it. Think about your phone, like scrolling through Instagram or TikTok, and then zoom out, like in your head, like zoom out on the app, and you've got like majorly zoom out all these fucking videos from around the world, billions, like billions of videos, and you're just watching like one at a time, but there's billions. Like if you spent your life on TikTok, like every single hour of the day, I bet you still couldn't watch every single video that's ever been made.
God, no. I thought that 2 weeks ago on photos. On your phone, if you zoom out on the photos, it goes to like from 4 pictures to 8.
Yeah.
Zoom out really far, the pictures go tiny.
Yeah.
That is literally what TikTok's like on a massive reel.
Yeah.
You're never gonna. We can load our phones up at the exact same time now, and we will never get to the same video.
I watched a funny. Someone made like a funny piece of content on this, but it was basically like the TikTok algorithm, like aliens, and basically you're scrolling through your phone and they're going like, right, the cat videos aren't doing him any good. Let's throw in some fitness stuff. Maybe he's into running. Oh wait, he's into running. Keep the running videos going. We need another running video going. And then it's like you scrolling. And obviously, as you scroll, the algorithm's saying, right, he's not been into that. He's not been into that. Maybe should we show him some like girls like running in and then skipping and then doing something crazy, and oh right, okay, this person wants to watch that. Show them more of that, Or it'll be some like kids from India like throwing rocks.
Yeah.
And then you'll be like, well, how's this got to me? I'll literally watch someone running and now it's like Indian kids throwing rocks.
I used to get the same Chinese guy that was a fisherman on my TikTok, right? And he used to catch fresh fish, like shellfish, whatever, octopus, everything fresh. He used to pour it out of a bucket into a wok, cook it so they were alive, and obviously cook them, and then they'd die in a pot. He'd say something in Chinese, I don't know what he was saying, pour some like hot chili sauce on it, and then slurp the food into his mouth. And that same guy would come up with a different video.
Would you watch it all?
And I would watch it. Because then I was invested on like the next time it's going to be different fish. I wonder what fish. And then you get like a starfish.
So you was actually
like,
into it.
What am I doing? What am I doing?
Mate, that's why TikTok is just so weird.
TikTok's the worst. or the best, depending on. But it's the inside of your mind somehow.
It just knows that. I don't even know if it's like you're not really into it. It's just showing you random stuff. And if you just watch a little bit more of that, like if it's a 5-second video and you manage to watch 2 seconds of it, it's going to try again.
Yeah.
So then sometimes I'll be watching TikTok and something will come up like that Chinese guy eating fish, and I'll be like, nah, I'm not watching it because I know if I watch this,
Yeah.
it's all I'll see for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. I have to really like, no, I'm not watching that. And then it comes back up again. You think, shit.
Yeah.
Watched it too
And then
much.
like you scroll 3 videos down and you go, maybe I'll just watch it quick.
Yeah. And you scroll back up. Or there's sometimes where I accidentally click the actual profile name at the bottom of the screen. It takes me onto their profile. And I think, no, like, it's going to show me this shit again. And and then
crazy.
You have to scroll loads to get rid of it.
Yeah. You get so sidetracked with
it's hard. You can't just go on, post a video, and then just leave.
I think that's what they've done that's smart with TikTok is they've made it so you can't just go on. You can't just go on like Instagram and go on your own profile. On TikTok, you go on it and it's just showing you a video.
Yeah, the For You page, isn't it? It's straight onto that.
It's like
there's the tabs at the top. It says like Friends, For You, and something else.
Following.
And it never takes you to who you're following. Like on Twitter, it's always on your following page.
Yeah.
Instagram's the same.
Whereas TikTok's like, here's some dolphins, you know.
It's something you may like.
Yeah.
Straight out the gate.
And sometimes it's just so random.
Yeah.
Like, why would I be into this?
But then you are. And then sometimes I sometimes like worry. Like, what the hell? Am I actually into that?
They've got the wrong person here.
Yeah,
I'm not into that.
Yeah, like someone looks at your phone, you think like, freak.
Yeah. It's weird though, even Instagram, like if we was to go on Instagram and you go on like the search and you can see all the stuff, mine changes all the time. Like, when I remember at times in my life on Instagram when I was single, it'd be like loads of girls, like models. And now it's like fitness and funny like video comedian-y stuff. I bet yours is like snooker.
Yeah, a lot
fitness.
of snooker, yeah. A lot of Chinese snooker at the minute. The TikTok obviously pumping that at me. Or like best moments from snooker, yeah. Trick shots, flukes.
So it is accurate and it's stuff you watch. Like I love watching like funny stuff on Instagram / really good fitness people. Like CrossFit, running, high rocks. It's all over my feed. And then
but it tests you, doesn't it? TikTok will then test you with a few videos.
Yeah, it'd be like I used to be into like the guitar. What about this Chinese guy that's playing guitar, but he's also stood on a unicycle?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, go on, then I'll have a bit of that. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's crazy how it works.
So
it's actually
strange.
scary.
Yeah. Very scary.
It should be illegal because it does take away people's time. But
because imagine like, say if we got, obviously technology is massive for us now, but say like in 20, 30 years, we could download our entire internet profile. What does the internet think we like, watch, and do all that? Like, it'd be so interesting to see.
I'll tell you what.
In your lifetime, you scrolled on these types of videos.
Yeah, it'd be good if it told you, like, this is what kind of person you are based on your last 20 years of usage online.
Yeah.
Would that build a real profile of you?
I don't know. But it'd get a close one.
It would,
like,
wouldn't it?
Say if aliens were real and they flew down one day and they were like, right, I'm searching for 100,000 people that match this profile, and they just were able to just like know exactly where you are and just go, yup, like take you up.
Yeah. It is pretty accurate. So I think it's weird. Like, I think online, I mean, some people probably wouldn't want their online like personality to come out, would they? Some people are searching for weird shit. So like, if it would, like, do you remember on Snapchat it would say your best friends or something, and it was like the person you spoke to the most was like in your top 3 best friends.
Yeah, you get the fire.
Imagine it was like online on a social media account. You could look at someone's personality and it'd be like, this person likes, boom, this person loves this.
Yeah, do you know at the end of each year Spotify does the
Oh,
right,
imagine
yeah,
you're wrapped up. You spent, you know,
12,000 hours on snooker videos.
yeah. But then some people would be like, shit, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, I think it'd be quite alarming for some people.
because the internet's like a brilliant place and a dark, you know, place.
You can hide on it, can't you?
Yeah.
It doesn't. You could be the nicest person on the street and then go home and.
Oh,
you know,
yeah. Like when you see a viral video and you go on the comments and people are just like slating people,
Yeah.
you think like, what the hell are you doing with your life if you're spending your time slagging people off on social media?
Keyboard warriors.
Yeah. Crazy. But
Kind of gone off topic, but
do you know what's
like
funny? We're talking about managing your time and we veered off topic to talk about social
Yeah.
media that does take away your time if you let it. But obviously, you've got to be switched on or have a schedule like Sam.
Yeah.
Don't allow for any time spent on.
Don't
you know.
stop fucking up my schedule.
I do think there's elements of your schedule planning which are brilliant, and then there's also the side of it that's like give yourself free time so that like if you've got free time planned in, you know, like nothing's happening.
Yeah, there's not a block, it's just space.
Yeah. So that's good because then you know that you're free to like do whatever you want to do in that time.
Yeah, but if there's something going on, I'll be sure to fill it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, well that's what life is really, isn't it? You just fill life with stuff.
Yeah, especially when the weather's nice as well. You want to be doing stuff.
Yeah.
So I've always been a believer of that. One day it'll be raining and you'll be like, oh, I wish I'd done that. Like, or just got out a bit.
Yeah.
Or one day you'll struggle to walk and never
Yeah.
walk again
I
or
think
lose your mind.
I think it's good to be busy.
Yeah.
I think when I get stressed because I'm so busy, I always remind myself that I actually like being busy and I hate having nothing to do more than being stressed, you know.
And I think if you plan your time a bit better, you might not be as stressed.
Yeah, that's true. Because sometimes I'm stressed because I've just finished this and I need to start this or I need to be here and I don't have enough time to get there.
But if you planned it out, more visual, you could be like, well, if I got up a bit earlier or not done that as much or whatever, you maybe could have worked out a bit of time.
Yeah, that's true. But I think getting up earlier, planning your day a bit more, like you planning your week on a Sunday is quite a nice thing. I don't really do that. I think I do it on a Monday, but I also do it daily. Like on Monday morning, I plan my Monday, and on Tuesday morning, I plan my Tuesday. But I know my week schedule, you know.
But if, like, talking about those times that you scroll on TikTok, only takes 20 minutes just to plan it on, because you got Google Calendar on your phone.
Yeah.
Just add it in.
Yeah, you can just do the whole week.
Yeah, you could just do it and then get back to your TikTok.
Bailiffs.
Or bailiffs, whatever, yeah. Doesn't take a lot. I'm not saying I'm the be all and end all for it, but
oh yeah.
I think it works well. Like if we were both really bad planners or really good planners, I just think you'd just clash.
Yeah.
Well, if you're really bad planners, this would be a fucking mess.
Yeah.
Absolute fucking mess.
Yeah.
But then if we were both really good planners, I think you'd just bang heads.
Yeah, because you need a bit of leeway.
Yeah.
And you need a bit of like, oh yeah, like that'll be fine.
Yeah.
To get on, you know. But you're right. I think being a better planner of time is it's important.
Because I think we put, like I said before we started this, I think we planned the content calendar well. The topics are planned out in advance, and then we just, we add to the talking points and stuff beforehand.
Yeah.
But the main bit, the topics already been planned, how we're going to post it, when we're going to post it, been planned. So all the major stuff's been dealt with.
Yeah.
The talking points, we just freeball, don't we? Just what the topic is.
Yeah. I think you've got to have elements of both, haven't you? You've got to have elements of meticulous planning and a room for leeway.
Yeah.
In everything in life, which hopefully most people can get.
Yeah. And the planning, for me anyway, has created good habits moving forward.
Yeah.
You just know what you're doing, which I like.
Right, well, if you're still listening to this, thanks for listening. And if you're not following us yet, follow us, share our podcast with your friends and family, or send to someone that you think it might help. Each episode's different. We are talking about business, fitness, gym, high rocks, CrossFit, and everything in between. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next one.
See you in the next one.